Hi, welcome to Parents Gap Year, the podcast that celebrates
living to travel and travelling to live.
I'm Anne-Marie McCormack, filmmaker and radio presenter.
And I'm Rod Gray, videographer and photographer.
We're married.
To each other.
And as our children are young adults who've almost fled the nest, this year we're travelling around the world ourselves.
Lots of people say they'd like to do this, so we're having a go at showing you how it can be done, with some top tips along the way.
So this is our warts and all travel experience where we reveal our highs and lows, what we learn about each other.
And more importantly, the great characters that we meet along the way.
So today we're on our second day on the Mekong River. Yeah. Yesterday we saw a dead body in the river.
And the money's always exciting, isn't it? I mean,
yes, we're millionaires while we're in Laos.
Everything's £100.
We're multi-millionaires.
Spent millions.
We have spent millions.
These are the boring bits of travel, it's having to do all the arrangements. It takes its time.
It definitely takes its time, I can see that. Having not been
involved in it at all.
Up next, we're off to Laos with an exceptional slow boat trip down the Mekong River, ending at the beautiful Luang Prebang.
So the boat down the Mekong River is just about to start. You've been sitting on the boat for an hour.
We've been loading up. There's at least 150 seats, plus other seats up the front. Looks more where the locals are going. They started the engine, but yeah, we've been slowly loading for an hour and a half.
I'm already wanting my second breakfast.
I was thinking about lunch.
Were you? I know, we don't have a huge amount. We'll be eating that whole
We've
bag
got
of
a
nuts.
lot of bananas though, haven't we?
Yeah,
We've got
lots
a lot
of bananas.
Yeah, we bought bananas last night thinking, oh, well, we'll take some bananas on the trip. It's always good to have bananas. Of course, we got given a load more this morning. And the people sat next to us also bought bananas last night. And now they bought more bananas as well. We're talking about setting up a banana stall in a minute and maybe sell some.
And they bought a load of whiskey as well, so it'll be banana and whiskey stall.
Oh, God. That on a boat. Nice mix.
Don't think that's happening.
Hi, my name is Fabio Rosquete.
Where are you from?
I'm originally Cuban, but I've lived in Florida most of my life.
And your name?
Paula,
And where are you from?
Germany.
So you're a couple.
Yes.
And you met travelling?
Traveling in Ecuador.
And was it love at first sight?
No, not
Honestly,
exactly.
kinda.
For him it was.
So when I first met her, I remember writing down in my journal, and then I showed her as well. It was like there was this attraction, but it wasn't a physical one, nor like I want to date this person, but it was more of I would like to understand this individual and get to know them. But it was like a really strong pull to do that.
But in his journal, I was called Disco Bitch.
Well, okay. Disco Bitch, it's a club in Quito.
In Quito, yeah. A gay club, an illegal gay club that our hosts directed us to. It's in the backyard of some house. We had to cross through a couple of houses.
And I was trying to be kind of secret in my journal, and instead of calling her Paula, I was gonna call her a nickname or something.
Also, we had 4 Paulas there.
Oh yeah.
And they were all German.
Yeah. So there was Paula 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So that's also why I was trying to find a name. And on her hand, she had the club band, and it said Disco Bitch, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Well, you look so different because you were kind of blonde and very green eyes. The most amazing green eyes I've ever seen, I think.
Kind of like Labradorite, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and very pale skinned, and you were curly hair, dark brown eyes, swarthy skin, very different, aren't you? So you're on a kind of gap year as well.
Yeah.
You're 22 and 19. And we're obviously not going to tell you what age we are, but we're old enough to be your parents. And so tell us, how long are you going to be traveling, or have you any idea?
Ideally about 8 more months, but very much depends on how much money we will make along the way and how much we're going to spend.
I would like to travel for a few more years. The money's going to come. It's going to be okay.
I want to go home and study.
What do you want to study?
German literature.
And have you already studied, or?
I have not. I'm studying.
Life.
Yes. I think traveling and just having daily experiences and adapting to just your environment and everything that is thrown at you, the responsibility, the independence, I think it's the best way to learn.
So you're learning about living, basically.
Learning how to be.
yeah, have you had any sticky moments when you've been away? Bad things happened, or has it been all good? Or days when you just feel like awful? You're laughing.
I struggle with a lot of mental health issues and have done so for years. And when we just started, it got pretty bad. And that's slowly getting up.
So how
That's
do you
usually
deal with that
response.
when you're away?
I think it'd be much easier to do at home, where I have an environment that I know how to regulate and know what I need to keep this in check. We were volunteering in the yoga retreat. That really helped. A lot of the courses were very interesting experiences.
I do think it helps in the way where like a lot of things where you would normally have like set and know what to do. You're like,
Same
okay,
things
it's a
and
new
then-
place. Okay, now look for new food, and we have to go look for right food, and then where we stay, and a lot of all these things. So you kind of get more and more and more used to it. So I think when you go back home, it's gonna be much easier.
Maybe. It definitely helped a lot with social anxiety. Because you just cannot stop meeting people.
Yeah.
A year ago, I could not have done that.
So what else have you learned?
Well, honestly, my reason for traveling, and I started traveling pretty much about like 10 months ago, was I didn't really like where I was living, and also I wanted to follow this perspective of complete, utter trust and faith that whenever I need something, it'll be there. And I've had a lot of like trials and tribulations as far as like starting to travel with like $1,300 and trying to see how long I can last, and I get robbed one weekend and they steal my phone, in which I had $1,000 in, which I got back, but only 3 months later. But it's like it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and like I was with someone else and she would not leave, and like they're both in front of me, and he had like a big like crystal bottle. He's like threatening to swing it, pretend to have a knife under him, and I'm like run, but she was just like couldn't move. And so like he grabbed her at one point, and then I was just like holding on to both of them, and then like threw me against the wall, and I was like trying to like reason with them, and then eventually he just went in my pocket and picked up my phone, my wallet, took it, and then we all pushed each other, and they just said, get the fuck out of here. Like as soon as that happened, it was just like acceptance, you know? There was the adrenaline, but there was just the acceptance of like, I mean, it happened, you know? I didn't have much money in there, it was just my phone that was an issue. My account was in there, and I just said goodnight. I told him goodnight, and then he turned around and said, God bless you. And in that moment, I was like, wow, that's so beautiful. And I turned around and I told to the girl next to me, I'm like, what a blessing. She's, you're fucking insane. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then we just ran back home. Yeah. And that was an issue because I didn't have money for a bit, so I started doing massaging, sold some jewelry, tried to make money like as best as I could, kind of struggled with that, and kept going. And we were in Montanita. I was volunteering there because I had no money, and I had like $4 at one point, and I was buying one big cheesy bread every day and surviving off that and any fruits that people left behind. And it was usually like a good amount of fruit. And then I eventually got a job at a surf place. They gave me a house, they gave me pay, and I was like, okay, perfect. So I move in there, I leave my old volunteer opportunity, no money, I move there. Next day he's like, actually, we don't have space. So now I have like nowhere to stay, I have no money, I have no food. Yeah. Yeah.
So how did you cope with that?
This beautiful blessing. I just kind of sneaked into the hostel and just slept there for like a few nights. And then eventually she helped me get my money back, and she kind of like gave me money, and yeah, she's still helping me financially.
The little angel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And did you buy a new phone? Or you couldn't buy?
My phone.
Yeah.
My second phone.
But honestly, another beautiful blessing, actually. If I wouldn't have gotten robbed, I wouldn't have met her, because I would have left the hostel. That same night, I was talking about the law of attraction and how I can't be robbed. That same night, to a group of like 8 people. And I was like, well, what if you like, I don't know, are scared to go somewhere and you don't go, but if you did face that fear and went to that potential danger, you might have met the love of your life. And in a weird, really weird, like, metaphorical way, it kind of happened that same night.
And you're together 10 months, you were saying?
About 10 months, yeah.
Yeah. We're together 25 years.
Wow.
I just thought I'd throw that in. We're not loved up like you guys anymore. I'll meet you in 25 years. No!
starting to move.
We are moving. We're going backwards now. They might have cast off. There's a guy in the driver's seat.
Hey. It does feel very sociable, though.
Yeah,
It's great.
it's good.
The vibe is amazing.
Yeah, it's not called the slow boat for nothing. You've got time to look out of the windows that aren't windows and chat to your neighbour. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, everybody's quite excited. That's what the vibe is, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see what we feel like after 6-7 hours.
I know. And having
and
had
the
our
second day.
electricity go out halfway through the night, woke us all up. The fan wasn't working.
And then everything starts beeping and clicking.
I
And
was trying to listen to a podcast, and all I heard was lots of noises off. And I was thinking, is that from my podcast, or is that actually happening, or is there a ghost in the room? It was quite a spooky room.
right, we're
Yeah.
backing out. The boat is backing out from the bank, going past all the other boats which are moored up. Some of them are quite posh. We're at the front bit. We've got sort of benches at the front, where kind of some people are. Then we've got all these 150 car seats that we're all sat in. So very comfy. And then behind that is a bar. It's not open yet. 2 toilets.
A Western toilet.
Western toilet and a
sit-down.
squat
Oh,
toilet.
that is-
I went wandering beyond that as the crew quarters, and they got a kitchen hanging out on the back of the boat as well. It's quite long, I'd say, maybe 40-50 metres long. But at the moment, we've gone out backwards, and I think we're going to have to turn around somehow as well. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
It's a wide river here.
It's a wide river, and the river's full. It's got loads of water in it, which is great. Otherwise, I think it's quite a muddy-sided river and won't look so pretty. But we're expecting to see sort of, mountains and jungle,
Very
a bit
exciting.
of wildlife probably as well.
Yeah, I feel a bit headachy today, and it's interesting. Even though people are going, oh my goodness, you're getting texts going, it must be so exciting, you're seeing all these amazing things. You're also dealing with finding a place to stay, finding a restaurant.
Not getting ill.
Not getting ill, but I woke up at 3 with a headache, and you have to deal with all of that as well.
Travelling genuinely is quite tiring.
It is,
But,
exactly.
no complaints. We're having a
No
great time.
complaints.
Could be at home with 3 coats on, trying to stay warm, listening to Christmas carols.
We could be.
Or I could be on the Mekong River in 30 degrees sunshine with a load of cool people.
Yeah. We've been on the boat about 2 hours. Suddenly the boat stopped, which we weren't expecting, were we?
Pulled into the riverbank. Yeah, no, not a scheduled stop. We couldn't work out why.
And then it looked like someone was going to be let off the boat. And then I heard a guy saying, oh, their hands are tied behind their back. And everybody was standing up and all looking out the window. And I said to Rod, I think someone's been arrested. And you didn't believe me. And then we looked out at what everybody else was looking at. And there's a body floating in the river.
Face down, hands tied behind their back. Obviously been in the water for quite a long time.
Yeah,
So someone's been killed and dumped in the river.
that's what it looks like.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's quite
Pretty grim.
shocking. You're just looking at this body floating around.
Cruising along, watching the forest,
Yeah.
taking some
suddenly-
photos, real world stuff.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When we saw that dead body, did you see it?
Oh, the body in floating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm look.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
It was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm shocked. And in Thailand, it's normally for the body in floating. Yeah, and me, it's horrible.
Yeah, we were wondering because we're on the border of Thailand on one side
and
Laos
Thailand,
on the other.
Laos, and Myanmar,
Yeah.
and a combat, and
There's fighting.
yes,
between
passing,
them.
yes, and this is normally in a finish and by in the water.
So how did you find that out? Who said that to you?
This is my friend and he live in Thailand and it's normal. Take a picture for the view and beautiful. Oh wow, beautiful, nice. And after I'm checking my picture in my phone and zoom for what it is. And after looking the people in the boat, wow, and the boat floating in me, and wow, oh my god! And this
And
is,
it was in your photo without you realising.
And supprimé.
You deleted.
You did directly. Yeah.
I'm glad you did that because we didn't take a photograph.
No.
Some people did.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I have it in my head. I don't need to see that in a photograph.
Yeah.
Because it was horrible for that person.
Yeah.
And you think, if I was a parent of that person and others are seeing my child, or it looked like an adult.
Man, I don't know.
It's
very souffle. Very souffle.
Yes.
Yeah. And very.
Exactement.
Yeah, exactement. Sorry, my English is not very good.
I'm practicing my French.
Yeah.
It has been very good.
Yeah, for slowly, it's okay.
You're good.
Thank you.
You will be. By the end of your travels, you will be great.
Yeah.
Your confidence will just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Although there's quite a lot of French people around you.
Yeah, French. And,
that's mostly American, Polish, French, German.
And Italiano.
Okay.
Yes, and Spanish.
Spanish and Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch,
Lao people, I would think, on this trip. It's almost like it is like their local bus in a way as well, you know.
Yeah, you know.
There might be some Thai people here as well. Yeah. Well, we're past the Thai border now, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're on a different boat today, slightly smaller one. I think it goes a bit quicker, and we're all crammed on a bit more. But it's been lovely to chat to people and watch the world go by. It's beautiful out of the window, just literally tropical forest either side, steep canyons, little barely villages, little hamlets of people along the way, and a few cows and goats.
So what are you learning on this trip, Mr.
Well, you might be able to answer that better than me, what I might
No, because
learn.
you always seem to be the font of great knowledge. So that's why I asked you the question. What do you think you need to learn? That's more to the point.
Language.
Or do you think you need to not learn anything?
Language. I need to learn languages more.
Yeah, that's true.
I really do. I've now travelled through 2 countries and still don't know a word of either.
Actually, it is embarrassing.
That's quite shameful, really.
It is. When you meet most of the people we're meeting are speaking English to us, and we don't know other languages. Now Sophie and Izzy are part French, so they do speak French.
They've at least got the thank yous.
Yeah, Sophie also speaks Italian, and she's learning Spanish at the moment, so she's a linguist person. Although I was speaking French today very proudly with my lovely French seatmate, Fanny, and I started to get a bit more confident speaking to her in a bit of pidgin French.
Well, it gives you confidence once you start. I think I need to just make the effort more.
Hello, Izzy.
Hello.
We were just talking about you.
Well, we were just talking about hotels.
Yeah. We were talking about the lack of a hotel that we don't have. And what were you thinking?
We were thinking going a bit more luxurious.
How luxurious? How expensive?
Like 45 quid.
Ooh, why? Have you found something else?
Well, it's Sophie's thinking, let's go somewhere really nice. I did find that sunrise one, but maybe we should just have a coffee when we get off and have a look.
Exactly, and I think we should just show up, see if we like it. If we don't like it, we know we can go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think we deserve it. We've just had 4 really cheap nights as well, haven't we?
Yeah. And we've been on a bus and a boat. In a four-wheel drive, sort of pretty much 4 days. I mean, I think we'll get dropped where the boat stops, and then we get a lift into town, which we have to pay for. And then I imagine That'll be in the centre of town, and then from there we can make some decisions. Yeah.
I think we could go to a nice place and barter with them.
Yeah, particularly if you want to do 3 days or something.
Yeah, 3 days,
nights.
2 rooms.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got some
You're
leverage.
good at the bartering. We'll let you do that.
Thank you.
Do quick currency conversions on the app while we're haggling.
That's one app that we have
we can
used
ask
every day is the XE app.
Yeah.
Other apps are available, but it works really well. And what's the other navigation app that you're using?
Map.me,
Map.me is
which is
another
the
one.
GPS
We can ask them
offline
starting
sat
price
nav.
and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we're on.
So people seem to eat quite early here, don't they? Like 6 o'clock. The market is full.
Night market opens at 5, so maybe they're here at 5:30 straight away.
Yeah.
I think they get up with the sun and go to bed early.
In the food market, which is amazingly busy today, as our listener can probably hear.
I think a lot of tourists have arrived today, haven't they?
We're suddenly in
feeling
the,
it.
I think
Christmas
holiday
season.
season has
Yeah,
kicked in.
holiday season.
We border China. Now borders China.
They obviously like intestine and fried worms.
What else we come
And
up with?
buffalo intestines and pig's cheek.
Pig stomach.
Were we a week together travelling now? How long were we?
We're a week.
Yeah, we are.
So we've been to Krabi.
Well, we met in Ao Nang, Krabi
Ao
province.
Nang. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably is town nearby. But
Yeah.
Ao Nang, Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai full of temples.
Chiang Mai, then Tai Se in Laos with the lovely hotel.
With the deluxe room. Deluxe room. We spoiled ourselves that night. With
Yeah,
the
the deluxe
room.
was basically bargain basement, wasn't it?
Yeah, amazing
I think we would have been
food.
missold, but
Yeah.
food has been everywhere, fantastic
That
everywhere.
rooftop bar was really nice.
That
wasn't
rooftop
it?
bar
Over-
was great.
over the
Yeah.
Mekong.
Food was good. Fried fish.
And then we went to Pak Beng. Yes. And actually, you can book a tour to Pak Beng Elephant Sanctuary.
Ah, the elephants we thought we would see
Yeah.
on the
In the
river,
Mekong.
on the
False
Mekong
advertising.
river.
Did you mention
Yes.
Anne-Marie,
So
what we came across?
instead of finding elephants, what did we see?
We came across a dead body floating in the river with its hands tied behind his back. Yeah, quite shocking really. A bloated body.
Floating and bloated, yes.
Yeah, initially I thought it's a very muscular male, but actually it was a bloated, blown up body, and obviously the body had risen to the surface. We all thought it was a murdered person, and you thought it was something else.
I thought it might be an escaped prisoner
Yeah.
who jumped in the Mekong, couldn't swim with his arms tied behind his back.
That was a really good theory.
We'll never know.
We will never know.
We'll never know. It might be police that threw him in the river.
There's a theory that it could have come from the Myanmar-Burma conflict that's going on. Yeah, it could have floated down the river. Actually, the food here isn't overly spiced, unlike Thailand. It's milder,
it's milder.
full of flavour. And here, particularly, it's got a French influence. So there's you can get good pastries and food with garlic in it, and crepes, fruit smoothies, and coffee.
And coconut shakes, post a coconut drink, which
And you
is
get fresh fruit everywhere.
We asked for a coconut shake just before lunch on the river, and they took a while coming back to us, but when they eventually arrived, it was a coconut juice, which we did not want. So they then explained to us they didn't have anything to do a shake with, but then they shouldn't have brought the juice. But it was on the menu.
Really?
Coconut shake and coconut juice was on the menu. Yeah.
Lost in translation on things.
So, clothing-wise, jewellery-wise, it's actually quite nice stuff here, isn't it?
It is quite nice stuff. It's very cheap.
It seems less tat shops here
Less
and more
tatty, yeah.
sort
And in
of
Chiang Mai and
yeah,
Bali,
a
really.
bit more
Yeah.
locally made, artisan things, which is fantastic. And the money's always exciting, isn't it? I mean,
Yes, we're millionaires while we're in Laos.
everything's
We're
£100,000.
multi-millionaires.
Spent millions.
We have spent millions.
Because a million kip is
£40.
£40. Yeah.
I've been taking a million kips out of the cash point. Big bankrolls.
Yeah, I've never had $1 million in my hands before.
And the minimum wage here is 1,600,000 a month.
Which you were saying is about £60 a month.
Yeah.
Hence everything's so cheap. And you were also mentioning earlier, 51 is the average lifespan. That's very young.
And the people are tiny as well, aren't they?
Very tiny.
Even
actually,
smaller than
smallest- And you're not a tall man, and I'm a tiny woman.
I feel quite
I could definitely
sizable here.
have the pick of the husbands here because they're all my height.
Take the woman on. Bash them out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. But they're very sturdy people. Like today, I had a massage, and you had, and the woman I had was, I think she was similar height, if not smaller than me. And she was very good. I mean, really, with her fingers. I mean, just getting through every single muscle. I was lifted out of it at times.
I could hear you next door.
Yeah, going,
Oh, ow, and then laughing. So you're giving them mixed messages.
Did they ask you to take everything off?
Well, she left me in the room and put a towel down, and I wasn't quite sure. She was gone quite a while. So I took off some of my top, but not my bra. And I had a little pair of shorts on, and then when she came in, she kind of indicated I should have removed said items. So I did just...
Everything?
No, well, I lay down and then I opened my bra and then I thought, what the hell am I doing that for? I was face down.
Straight away in my boxers. No questions asked.
Didn't keep your bra on then, bud.
You did keep your bra.
Not today. And there's a new railway that the Chinese have built, which we're going to get on tomorrow. High-speed train.
We're off to the waterfalls. The Sangmi.
Yeah,
Swimming in the waterfalls.
Swimming tomorrow.
Several layers of pools, apparently.
Looks terrific. Yeah, turquoise water.
Hire a taxi, a private taxi.
In the manner we are used to.
In the manner we used to. We had a very fancy Land Cruiser four-wheel drive.
We really do.
Private chauffeur waiting for us.
We've become accustomed.
Spain, as we've become accustomed to have someone pick you up, wait an hour or an hour and a half. Yeah. I have to say though, I'm sick of temples. I really am.
Six a harsh word, I think, but we've made.
Angkor Wat.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
I will do
Yes.
that for sure. Sam or some.
I quite like the drumming yesterday. The monks drumming. That was good. I got that on video.
I wonder if the boys, all the little young boys that we see on motorcycles, I wonder if they need to pass a test or they just. Some of them
they
look
were.
like they were 10
They
years
were
old this
leaving
morning.
the school on mopeds today.
Yeah, I wrote down.
Several of them together.
Yeah.
I think literally children riding mopeds.
Or you see, today I saw a woman with her newborn in a sling around her front.
Is she driving?
A child in the front, yeah.
Stood at the front.
They stand in the front, don't they, the toddlers, and then someone on the back.
They don't go that fast, though.
You'll see that still.
They're not
no one
rushing
wears
along.
In Cambodia, you'll see pigs on the back of them. It's quite funny. See granny,
I've seen five.
Four generations on a motorbike, and
Unbelievable. No wonder the lifespan is only 51.
yeah.
Oh, we've been in Luang Prebang for 4 nights after the Mekong River, and we've done this amazing waterfall trip yesterday, which is without exception the most beautiful series of waterfalls I've ever seen, and we swam up on the very top one, which is a very treacherous trek up and down, very steep and slippy, in our heavy duty-ish flip-flops.
Speak for yourself. Just a pair of flip-flops, yeah.
Exactly. There was a woman with high heels coming down, so she managed to do that, which was amazing.
There were children going up and down it as well.
True,
So,
but swimming up there was fantastic because it was pretty private. There weren't that many people up there, and we could just have our lunch of cake and mango slices. Right, so we're booking our forward travel in a logical order.
trying to at least.
Yeah. Our first stop after the resort that we're going to spend 4 nights in over Christmas we're going to
Vientiane,
which is a city.
It's the capital city of Laos.
Yeah, and from there we are going to spend the last 2 nights with our friends Sophie and Izzy, and they're going to an island off the coast of Vietnam. We are going to Cambodia. And we're going to Siem Reap and Angkor Wat, which is the most famous temple, but not like any of the temples, I believe, that we've seen.
It's a temple complex, and it's kind of the forest overtook it at one point.
Where we need a guide. Now, we've just had a slight hiccup this morning. We were expecting to leave Luang Prebang at 10:30 this morning to get to the train station to get our trains, which were booked by our receptionist, or so we thought. And when the ladies went down to get our train tickets and talk about our pickup, we were told those trains were sold out, so we can't get a train till 5 o'clock. So we're in our room, which we were allowed to stay in, and trying to book our forward
spend some time doing some travel plans.
Yeah.
Well, we've got time and in a location that we're kind of been at, rather than doing it when we're in a nice place.
I know.
We do other things.
The sun is shining now, so we don't want to spend all day doing this, do we?
No, but it's good to spend time now when we've got nothing else to do, rather than time when we would rather be doing something else.
That's true, but I think we should just try and crack on now.
I'm going to do this. If you want to go out in the sun, that's fine.
What would you like me to do?
Get involved in...
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to do.
Doing this, and we'll book up some visas and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. I've got 60 odd options here for places to stay, so we need to have a look.
Okay.
This is what's involved. You have to go through stuff and see where they are and how much you want to pay and facilities you want and all that. We're only there for 2 nights, so just a guest house.
Yeah. Okay. And we're getting a train there, so we're going to, while we're at the train station today, we're going to deal with that.
We're hoping to get a train there,
Yeah. Okay. Right. And then
these are the boring bits of travel. It's having to do all the arrangements. That takes its time.
It definitely takes its time. I can see that. Having not been
involved in it at all. But I've had months faffing around at home doing it. Now I'm just trying to do it on my phone as we go.
We do have my laptop if you want to use the laptop. Okay.
Everything's loaded onto my phone.
Okay, great.
All my accounts and everything are all here.
Fine. So it's easier if we do it this way. And
So-
we need to book some flights as well.
We do, and some visas.
Okay. So,
We're going to do all that now.
okay.
Well, we're still in Laos, en route to the sanctuary for Christmas.
Travelling on the worst road yet, but the best train, mixed with a bit of tummy trouble.
No work for the next years, no thinking of all the problems at home, just enjoying our life as long as we want and as long as we can do it.
It's Christmas Day, and like any good monarch, got to do a Christmas message. So I thought I'd do it from sat on my throne.
Rod, unfortunately, is back in the room because he's been hit by some very bad tummy bug, everything exploding everywhere. This podcast has been created and edited by Anne-Marie McCormack with her collaborator and co-traveller Rod Gray. Music is by Serge Guidoado and Segvari, with the sound mix by Gary McIntyre. If you'd like to see pictures and videos of the places we've been to and the people we've met, please go to the Parents Gap Year Instagram page. And if you've enjoyed the podcast, please follow and share it. Thanks so much for listening.